Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, good morning. How are you today? My name is Sasi Magfirah. I am from 6th group. Here I would like to present you about X and acquisition. For the first, I will explain about what is acquisition. What is acquisition? It means that the language obtained can be in forms of vowels in spoken language or in manual language as in sign language. Acquisition of language usually refer to acquisition first language as children's acquisition of their mother tongue and not second language acquisition. Examine the acquisition of additional language by children or adults. And then this spelling myth. The first step in investigating X and acquisition might be to dispel someone myths about the relationship between first and second language acquisition. For the first is children repeat things over and over again. This is what we must also do. It means that in language teaching, we must practice and practice again and again. Just watch a small child learning his mother tongue. He repeats things over and over again during the language learning stage. He practiced all the time. This is what we must also do when we learn a foreign language. And second is language learning is imitation. You must be mimic. It means that language learning is mainly a matter of imitation. You must be a mimic, just like a small child. He imitates everything. And the next is, first we practice the spirit sounds, then words, then sentence, natural order, good for language learning. Okay, for the first, we practice the spirit sound. After you practice this, practice spirit sounds, and then word, after that sentence. That is the natural order and is therefore right for learning a foreign language. And the next is first listening, then speaking, right order in language learning. It means that watch a small child's speech development. First, he must listen, and then he speak. The understanding always precedes speaking. Therefore, this must be right order of presenting the skill in a foreign language. And the next is first listening and speaking, reading and writing. It means that a small child listen and speak, and no one would dream of making him read or write. Reading and writing are advanced stage of language development. The natural order for first and second language learning is listening, speaking, reading, and last writing. And the next is when small, we do not translate. You did not have to translate your own language. No. You did not have to translate when you were small if you were able to learn your language without translation. It means that when we were small, we didn't have translate what someone said because we already understood the language they spoke. And the last is children do not use grammar, so it is not necessary. It means that a child does not need to use grammar in speaking because the most important thing is they also produce their own language. And then the types of comparison and contrast. The comparison of first and second language acquisition that need to approach the comparison by first considering the difference between children and adults. For the first and second language acquisition in children holding X constant, second language acquisition in children and adults holding second language constant, and the last first language acquisition in children and second language acquisition in adults. The comparison of first and second language acquisition can easily be oversimplified. At the very least, one needs to approach the comparison by first considering the difference between children and adults. For the first is, it is in one sense illogical to compare the first language acquisition of a child with the second language acquisition of an adult, and then it is much more logical to compare first and second language learning in children or to compare second language learning in children and adults. So nevertheless, child's in first language acquisition and second adults to second language acquisition are common and important categories of acquisition to compare. And the next is the critical period hypothesis. Critical period for language means a biologically determined period of life when language can be acquired more easily and beyond which time language is increasingly difficult to be acquired. Okay, for explain the critical period hypothesis, maybe we'll explain with my friend with another reason. If I have any mistake, please forgive me. And the last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.